All right, everyone, beautiful cold morning. And if you saw the video I posted this morning where I was talking about this brush cutting job is starting to suck, everything was going well yesterday until I got the machine back to the shop here and noticed a large pool, well, not really a large pool, but a pool of oil on my trailer. And so I immediately investigated that, and apparently we have got a hydraulic line, I believe, that goes to this final drive on this side, leaking oil. And I'm gonna crack this thing open and see if I can get to it. And the oil is coming, I don't know if I can even get down here and show you guys, but right there where that mount is, there's like a little space right up in there, and oil is pouring out of that thing when it's running. And I guess yesterday it was, the line still being under pressure, it was still dripping. You can see a little bit of oil right here on the undercarriage. I didn't notice it yesterday when I was running it, and obviously something underneath there I didn't notice it. And I know it's hydraulic oil because I checked the oil in the tank and it's low, a lot lower than it should be, so it's definitely lost oil. And there's a little bit of, just a couple drips of oil on the ground there and on the track. It didn't lose much. It's not gushing oil, but it's definitely leaking. So I'm gonna crack this thing open and see if we can't get to that line. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, I don't know. That's the big question. So let's open this thing up and see what we find. Okay, good news, bad news. Good news is I found the leak. Bad news is I can't get to it. At least not without having to take this whole track off, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt. And I'd have to go all the way out to the farm, get the Mini and bring it out here because I don't have anything else really to help me take this track off with. It weighs a ton. So, and what it is, it's one of the main lines that goes to that final drive. And I just had these final drives replaced, and it may be something covered under the warranty because these final drives have a 1-year unlimited hour warranty on them. And it looks like, if I can get my phone and the GoPro and my head all in this assembly under here, I'll show you guys. We'll take a little, get my glasses off too. My head barely fits underneath here. All right, let's see if we can't take a little gander in here. Let me, there we go. All right, so you can't, I don't even know if you guys can even see it, but there is a hard line. This is electrical right here, but there's this hard line. I think it's, yeah, it's this one right here. This line right here. Is it that one? It might be that one. That one? Yeah. Yeah, it's this line right here. And I think, actually, that may be a rubber. No, I can't tell. This looks like a hard line. They don't look rubber because of those bends in them. But this line right here, where it screws into the actual final drive, it's seeping oil out. And that's where the leak's coming from. That might be a rubber line. I just don't know if I can get to the whole thing. So, and I don't even know if I can get this off either, because that's where it's going to have to come off at, right there. And I don't even know if I've got a wrench that I could even get in there to get to. I mean, there's not much room to even get that fitting off right there. That's kind of a pain in the butt right there. I don't know how they're going to get that line off. So it's going to John Deere. But I don't know if you guys can see that oil seeping out back in there. I can kind of see it, but that's it. Oh, got my head. So, off to John Deere we go. And hopefully that's something they can fix relatively quickly. I've already called them, and we'll see what happens. So, the old girl is down. But while I got it, I'm gonna blow it out, clean it out really good. This inside in here needs to be cleaned out again really good. So I'm gonna blow it out, and we'll get it to John Deere, and hopefully we get it back pretty quick. Hopefully it don't cost me an arm and a leg either. Good morning, good morning. We are back out here on this farm. mulching project, and it is a beautiful morning. And I got the Kubota with the Prinoth, aka Munchie, and we are going to finish out trying to underbrush this little area here so the owner can hopefully eventually put in a pond. And you guys saw the last video, I cleared a little bit of this by hand because we're trying to save this azalea and some of these magnolias. These are these specifically are called sweet bay magnolias. They're not the other type of magnolias that you see around here. These typically kind of grow in lowland areas and swamps. There's a few of them over there at that other farm mulching project I did about a month ago. But if you guys saw the last video, we came through here, mulched all of this out right here, got all this cleaned and cleared up. Sorry the sun's in your way. But yeah, we got all that clean and cleared. And so now the goal is to kind of get in here and clean the rest of this up. I don't think I'm going to touch much in here. He's got some nice little bushes and stuff. I may cut this thing out by hand. I don't know if I can get in there without damaging those other magnolias there. So that maybe take the chainsaw to that. But the rest of this stuff I think is going to stay. Those magnolias are going to stay, but we got to get in right through here maybe and cut a little bit of this stuff too. And I'm going to work, so all that in there has been cleared. I'm going to work all this from this side and basically just drive the machine straight in and start clearing all this out. It's easier to clear this side, all of this from this side, than trying to fight these trees from the back side. And we're going to go all the way down until we get to down about where I stopped and open this up. And we maybe end up making a trail back there too. He wants a little picnic area back in there as well. So if we have time for that, we'll get to that as well. So let's get started. I'm gonna mulch this pile down too. So let's get at it. this kind of cleaned up. The owner wants me to save these little live oaks and these water oaks and stuff, so I just kind of came in here, and that's a nice little pretty red maple. Now this is kind of rough right here with what we've got now, because there's just vines everywhere, but I can't get really that head in there without possibly damaging some of these trees. So we may be back in here doing some handwork, depending on if he wants me to do that or not. I just kind of open this up, make it get to that thing possibly, but it was tight in here. That probably needs to be cleaned out. I don't have the bucket with me. Well, we're just trying to mulch everything we can today. It's trying to get this stuff mulched out, come back to the finer points later. But this pile of thing right here has got some metal in it, and I hit a little bit of it and picked it out. But there's an old barrel, and this looks like an old barrel in here, and he wanted me to knock this down if I could with the blade and just see if there was any other trash in it. So I'm gonna take the blade really quick and just see if we can't push this thing over and knock it down and see if there's any other metal in there we can maybe get out, possibly by hand. So let's see what's in there. I think I got the metal out of there. Old barrel and some chicken wire. That was really about it, I think. If there'd have been anything else, it wouldn't have been under that old stump right there, I don't believe. So I'm gonna make my way in through here. I'm gonna start taking out some more of this crap, mulching all this down, clean this corner up a little bit. And we got this front area to do up here still left, and then a little bit back there on that corner near that creek, and we'll get this just about cleaned up with the mulcher. Maybe get the chainsaw out, maybe cut a few things that I can't get with the mulcher in here. Just got to be real careful. If you damage something, it's over with. It's not like dirt where you can just dig it and come right back, you know, put it back. Once you mulch something, it's gone. So So let's get all this cleaned up and see what we look like. So one of the last couple things he wants me to do, we're done clearing in there for now, for today. He's got this brush pile he wants me to mulch down. Mulch this one completely down. And for this one, he just kind of wants me to take the top off of this one. He's got some cardboard and stuff, yeah, underneath there, but just kind of mulch a little bit of that as well. So I'm just gonna mulch these down, and then we're gonna go down here and just kind of cut this ditch down. The farmer guy that's farming all this for him, he leases this to a farmer. I guess he couldn't get his tractor through there because there's like a old laundry line thing, and he couldn't get there to cut that with his ditch bank cutter, so he asked me to knock that down really quick. So we're going to do that as well. And then we got one other little grading thing. He's getting ready to have a greenhouse built next to his shed over here. We're just going to kind of level that with the blade really quick as well. So let's get to knocking this down. Well, that is the end of day 2 out here on this project. Got this front a little more cleaned up. I didn't have the bucket with me today, but the next time I come I will have it. And we're going to be taking this tree down. It's got a dead one in there with it, and it's just a conglomeration of vines. And I think when we take this one down, hopefully it'll pull a lot of the vines off of that tree and get them off of there. I've got pretty much all of them cut down here, so they should stop growing. So if we can push that maybe out this way, we'll take those vines. But we got all this cleaned up, cleared out. Got this side all opened up in here. Got nice sunlight coming in here on the back side for these little magnolias. There's still a little bit of handwork that needs to be done in here for some of these vines, but there's just, it got a little tight in here and I didn't want to damage anything. I cleaned a little bit of this up through here by hand, but now you can see the sunlight coming in through here. These magnolias and these little water oaks, they've all got nice sun. All this has sun now, these magnolias. So that needs to go. That tree is dead, but actually it's not dead. It's got green leaves on it. But yeah, all this was cleaned up, opened up. Beautiful afternoon out here on this little farm. Got some of this cleaned up. It needs a little handwork in there as well. And then we kind of cleared this back little corner right here. He's gonna have that pond. It's gonna kind of come through here, and then it's not gonna be just a round oval pond. He kind of wants it to have some shape and character. So it'll kind of curve around and kind of maybe come through here. Maybe circle back around a little bit. Come around. Go up there, something like that. And we're going to cut, the next time we come, we're going to cut a trail back through there, and we're going to take some of these stumps and stuff. We're going to dig a little borrow pit right back in there somewhere, bury some of these stumps and logs and stuff that he's got laying around here. He just wants to get rid of those instead of trying to burn them. We're in a burn ban too, have been for a while because we haven't had any rain and Lord knows when. But all this looks good. Beautiful afternoon, another day in the books. Owner's super happy, and I think these dirt mounds are from when they dug this ditch, my guess. So Munchie's loaded up. I'm going home. Hope you guys are having a great week wherever you're at, and we're going back out to the Yellowstone project tomorrow. I believe we're going to cut that ditch pond out there. The client does want me to cut that. And then we've got another mulching project to do later this week as well, similar to this, but for a house. So that's that. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.